burden the pandemic has placed on America's small businesses, as 88% of the businesses surveyed reported that sales had not yet returned to pre-pandemic levels. Imagine what our country would look like if almost a third of all small businesses permanently disappeared. And with each passing day, more and more are folding, and nothing that the federal government is going to do will completely stop this trend. An estimated 10 million renters were behind on their rent, 10 million, at the risk of eviction in the middle of January, according.
Shalom, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Kakadash. Double honor to apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of earth. And man, it's not a good time to be an Edomite, man. Matter of fact, it's not a good time to put your faith and hope in America. All right, it's just not, man. It's not, and you know, it ain't going back. All right, let's get the scriptures, because, like they said, man, these businesses, they still haven't caught up. They still haven't caught up. All right, despite the bread and circuses, the Super Bowl, the NBA All-Star game, you know, all this stuff that they're trying to throw out. You know, UFC, it's not going back. All right, hey Esau, you're done. You said that you had, you know, divisions in your nation. Here it is. You know, the scriptures talk about, they say inwardly in their heart, you know, we should go on forever. You know, they talk about going to Mars and space programs and all this other shit. But here on the ground, you got divisions in your leadership. All right, you got to sit here and this party gets in, then that party gets in, then this party gets in, then, you know, two different directions, you know, mainly, you know, with the whole Republican and Democrat thing. Now we know that ultimately in the background it's the elites who run the show. All right, but the method that the methods that they're using to control the people, you know, is that of a divided house. All right, and we know what Yahweh Shai said about that, man. A divided house will not stand. All right, this is Psalms 10 and 1. They say, "Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble?" All right, and this is the question that a lot of brothers have, man. What's going on? Why are we waiting? What am I waiting for? Why is the Lord taking so long? Hey, Esau has to play out his lot. All right, just like they were able to play out their lot of being able to go around the world and create an empire and doing all this American dream bullshit, you know, while we were here being oppressed, the so-called Native American, Black, and Latino people. Well, now they have to play out the destruction and the dismantling of that empire and them going down. All right, and it's nothing they could do, man. It's nothing that they could do. It sounds crazy, right? There's nothing that they can do. They said, "The wicked in his pride that persecute the poor, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." All right, and you got a lot of Edomites, which they took the media spotlight off of this. The whole people taking the Maxine, you know, and then putting it on camera and see, you know, this is an example. You know, trying to use famous Israelites, you know, to inspire people to take it, and nobody's taking that shit. All right, nobody wants that shit, and what they're doing right now, you know, because eventually, you know, a lot of these niggas, they're gonna have to take it. They're forming legislation, you know, I've seen in the newspaper, hey, we want to bring people in and give them a free opportunity, and hey, people are wise to you. You know, people are wise to the game, man. They see what's going on. They see that destruction. They see that poison. They see they see all the antics and the, you know, they had retractable needles and, you know, motherfuckers popping up dead. You not being able to tell if they, you know, if they're alive or dead because they take the story down and hide the story. This shit just get crazy every day. All right, but there you go, man. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Got these silly ass, and then you got you silly ass you Israelites who, you sit there, you take it. Yeah, we got to be first. All right, then you take it, then you get sick and you die. All right, like Hank Aaron. You know, and that's on you, man. That's on you. You guys wanted doing the stuff, you know, for the fame and, you know, to be seen. And yeah, see, these are my good, you know, white friends. They'll never lead me wrong. Wrong. They say, for the wicked boaster of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. And hey, just like every other crisis where they use that to make money, to gather, because that's what Esau does, man. They use these different crises, right? War, which this is considered, you know, biological warfare right now. You know, them putting that stuff out and then people getting it, then it's, you know, fucking up the prices. It's fucking up the school systems. It's fucking up small businesses. Okay, it's become a financial war. It's fucking up everything, right? People buying and selling. It's fucking with people's day to day. All right, but guess what? A lot of these Edomites right now, they're in the wholesaling. All right, they're in all this other stuff, trying to buy up these different markets and manipulating prices on stuff. Hey, the Lord sees it. It says the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. And the apostle was going into on the last live stream how now they're talking about a reset, and that's that whole thing with the reset. That's in the scriptures. All right, the year of Jubilee. All right, so if you just follow the scriptures, man, you wouldn't even have this problem. All right, but they've sat here and they allow you to go through. You know, I've heard people talk about 20 years, 30 years. They went to school 30 years ago, still paying off debt. I went to school 20 years ago, I'm still paying off debt. Which, you know, you actually do have some loopholes that I'm kind of looking into them right now. But, you know, to the common person, you know, because, you know, the common person, they don't know the credit system, because that's not public information. That's not something that they teach. That's something that they use. That's why the scriptures talk about that thick clay. All right, the banking system, they use that. All right, you want to buy a house here, we'll give you this loan. You know, you're going to spend 20 years paying off just the interest, then you'll actually pay for it. You know, it's a credit debt-based system, and it's going down. It's crashing. The businesses are crashing. Okay, these different renters, they don't want to rent out anymore because a lot of these people get in there and the government passes legislation to just that they don't have to pay rent. You know, which eventually that tab is going to run up, but first they got to kind of they gotta make a play to use that, you know, for whatever little wicked devices they want to do. All right, it said his ways are always grievous, always. Esau hasn't changed, man. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I will never be in adversity. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, and that's Esau, man. Hey, this whole chapter is good. I got another one from Psalms 35 and 8. Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his, matter of fact, start at verse 6. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. And hey, the thing about it, man, you've been seeing a lot of chariot sightings. You've been seeing a lot of things in the heavens, which they also try to suppress that, man. But you can't suppress everything. You can't, Esau, you can't suppress everything. You had, I believe it's Yale University, you know, now they're confirming, yeah, there has to be a life from another planet. There's too much evidence of it. Shit, everybody knows it, man. It's not a conspiracy if you keep, you know, if people keep seeing stuff around the world. How is that a conspiracy? No, that's real. Okay, those are the chariots of the Lord. All right, and these Edomites, they don't know, man. They don't know the way out. How am I going to get out of this? And see, this is what it means to, when Scripture says these people are going to receive a mark, so they they can buy and sell, because they're gonna have to have some sort of bailout, all right, in which people have to come to them in their system, which that's what the Great Reset is, and to try to continuing, their life and their lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's about to happen. Because the average person, they don't believe in the Lord. They don't believe this is Babylon. They don't believe that this is the last kingdom of the world. They don't believe none of that. This is all fairy tale, joke stuff. Even though it's written in the scriptures, and you can go to 1,000 instances where it's spoken of. All right, I'm gonna play some more though.
To a Census Bureau survey, and an estimated 16 million renters had little to no confidence that they would be able to pay rent.
16 million. 16 million. It's been a cold, well, at least up in Chicago, it's been a cold and dark winter.
This month. Overall, U.S. renters now owe at least $30 billion in back rent. This has created extreme financial pain for America's landlords. And when the rent moratoriums are finally lifted, we're going to see the largest tsunami of evictions in U.S. history by a very wide margin.
Man.
And then we have a new bill that the Democrats have introduced that would eviscerate the gig economy. The legislation at the core of their agenda is the PRO Act, which Democrats reintroduced with sponsors including Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Among many other things, the bill would severely restrict the legal definition of an independent contractor, restrict it in a way that would largely end the gig economy as we know it.
Man, so they got legislation where they can completely end the gig economy, which, it's a lot of people on that doing that because, you can work from home at your convenience, you get in your car, boom, 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 you got the stuff on your phone on the app. This is why people are going to take this mark, because they're going to cut off all these other sources of you to make income. All right, I got one more out of Psalms. Psalms be hitting, man. Got to get into the Psalms. It says Psalms 94 and 20. It says, wait a minute, did I finish on that? No, I didn't finish on this one. Psalm 35 and 7. For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul. And, these Edomites will tell you, when we confront them about slavery, when we confront them about their crimes, they'll tell you, that was my forefathers. All right, well, guess what? It was my forefathers in slavery. All right, and I have to pay now, and we have to go through, not just me, but we have to go through the hell that we have to go through, all right, because our forefathers went through that. We have to go through the aftermath, man. When they seeked us out, here it is, the nation of Esau, they could have had, their own country, but they went all the way across the world to seek us out and to put hell on us, which we know it was through the spirit and power of the Lord. We had to be punished for not following the law, statutes, and commandments with the Israelites. All right, but they had no cause to do so. All right, it said, let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself. Into that very destruction, let him fall. And that's what's going on with his people. You got a lot of people who they're trying to go back, man. They want to go back to school. They want this thing to go back to the way it was, and they'll be willing to do anything to just to be able to get back to some sort of normalized life. All right, and right now in Chicago, it's fucking, how cold is it? It's 16 degrees, and it's probably gonna snow again. And a lot of people are considering, damn, what happened if I get in this situation and, we can't pay rent, we're gonna be outside. you be outside long enough at this temperature, that's your ass, man. So Hey man, a lot of people getting desperate, and that's what it means when we say we trust in the Lord, man. We know that the Lord will provide for us. All right, because right now it's coming down to life and death, serious situations. It's one thing to just say some stuff, you show up to church, sing, clap, dance, whatever. It's another thing when it's life and death on the line, and you have to choose to stick with, what you know, and stick with what the Lord has taught you. All right, this is not, just some internet stuff or a game or something. This is real. And in the words of a brother in my camp, this shit real. The brother Murph. All right, this is Psalm 94:20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law?" Yeah, these Edomites have done all kind of wickedness, man. You don't honor the year of Jubilee. Okay, you have a debt-based system. All right, they didn't free us until, they had this country up and running, in which, we had all the inventions. We gave them the foundation of how to survive here, how to thrive, the inventions to use while they were here. Okay, everybody knows that. Hey, they'll even tell you, Esau tell you, which that's incorrect, but they'll tell you that the Gadites invented the almanac, which, the almanac, that goes back to, the Lord giving us the understanding on the seasons and the moons and this day and that day. You know what I'm saying? We had that knowledge. We had that. That's how another way that they're the Israelites. All right. But you got you got our people trying to fellowship with this throne of iniquity, and it's not going to pan out. All right, so call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It says, verse 22, it said, "But the Lord is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge." There you go. All right, so that's the reward for following after Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's the reward for us. All right. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Abad Babal. May it continue.